Hello everyone, it's me again, MX Shu. Do you ever wonder if democracy really is the better system for everyday people? Are human beings smart enough to choose the right leader to lead the country? Are people willing or able to hear the voices from the opposing sides? Take Taiwan as an example. Are the common people there happy to live in a democratic society, free from oppression? I don't have any easy answers for you, but I can draw a picture for you to explain what I have experienced. The weather in Taiwan is like Florida in the USA, hot and humid most of the time. Taiwanese food is incredible, especially the seafood. Traveling around Taiwan is convenient, by subway, high-speed train, taxi, scooter, bicycle, you name it. But as a pedestrian, you really need to watch out for traffic. People are kind and courteous but sometimes crowd into other people's personal space. People in Taiwan have a collectivist mindset, so mandatory mask wearing during the COVID pandemic was no struggle at all. Taiwan's national health insurance program covers most medical bills, and there is no need to wait for months to see a medical specialist. And the cost of living is generally affordable, except for the cost of housing. So why have housing costs skyrocketed in Taiwan? First of all, the lack of land. Taiwan is an island slightly bigger than the size of the state of Maryland, USA, but its population is close to 4 times the population of Maryland. Because of the population density, most people live in high-rise apartments or condos instead of standalone houses on privately owned plots of land. Second, in the Chinese socio-economic mindset, property ownership is fundamental to building wealth, so acquiring property is the #1 choice of investment for most people. Third, corruption. The relationship between construction companies and political parties in Taiwan is very tangled. Construction companies make large sum donations to political parties to help fund their election campaigns. The parties, when elected, to return the favor, will then change land use zoning rules or laws to the benefit of the construction companies. When the construction companies build new housing units, which are multi-million-dollar projects, those donations are actually included as part of the project cost, which will then drive up housing prices that are then passed on to buyers. It's easy to see the vicious cycle here, right? In recent years, many Taiwanese are upset that no matter how hard they work, they can never afford to buy a home. They rallied in July 2023 to demand housing justice and reform. They invited all presidential candidates to participate in the demonstrations and vouch for implementing housing reform policies when in office. The candidates from the KMT and TPP showed up, but the DPP ruling party did not. Another fun fact about the housing issue in Taiwan is that there are so many accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. In many cases, these ADU modifications or remodeling to residential dwellings are not up to code for human or environmental safety. The regulations regarding those illegal modifications include grandfather clauses so that the existing structures can stay in place as long as they are not hazardous to the public, and the definition of existing structure is determined separately by each city government, and therefore there's a wide disparity in the rules from city to city and county to county. How funny it is that all 3 presidential candidates now face criticism about their personal property. And let's see how they have reacted. First off,
侯友宜
the KMT candidate. His wife is the owner of a building near a college campus in Taipei which has been modified to include 103 rental units. Students complain that the rent is too high and have created the image of him as a greedy landlord.
侯友宜
claims that his wife inherited the building and there is nothing illegal about how they manage it. Ho has also promised to offer subsidies to renters in need. Likewise, property ownership by the TPP candidate,
柯文哲
has been investigated. Ko P's parents built an illegal canopy over their house in Hsinchu. Although grandfathered in as an existing construction, which does not require immediate removal, the canopy was quickly removed to mitigate controversy. Also, another parcel of land in Hsinchu that
柯文哲
partially owns was discovered as being misused. In that case, farmland was converted into a parking lot for tour buses.
柯文哲
Said that the land was purchased in his name in 2008 by his father and the asphalt lot was already on it at the time of purchase. As a result, Ko P and the 4 other co-owners have all agreed to remove the asphalt lot and rehabilitate the property back into farmland. And finally,
赖清德
the DPP candidate had transferred ownership of an unregistered building to his son in Wanli, near Keelung. He claims that it was a remodel of an old bunkhouse his family owns. Nevertheless, Google Maps shows it is new construction built in 2003, a modern row house on a countryside lane. How cute! Remember how I said people in Taiwan are kind? Many voters are kind enough to support the parties and their candidates despite knowing how corrupt they are. These voters will tell you that all political parties are corrupt or corruptive, and the opposing parties are even worse, so this situation consistently presents a choice of the lesser of 2 evils. This year, the people of Taiwan have a solid 3rd choice. And we will find out on January 13th who wins, and whether the winning party can finally change the political culture and the property ownership culture in Taiwan. Please stay tuned and thanks for watching.